Hello, my name is Justin Siebold, and I am the assistant principal at NeoCity Academy. I had recently spoke with Bulb, and they asked us to participate in their summer series regarding the use of Bulb and how we're using it on our campus here at NeoCity Academy. Before we get started, just want to encourage and invite everyone to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. You can see our handle down below. So once again, my name is Justin Siebold. I am the assistant principal at NeoCity Academy. I wanted to also provide my contact information in case anything that you hear in this series you have questions about and want to follow up with. So definitely at any time feel free to reach out to me via my email at justin.siebold@osceolaschools.net or my direct line at 407-933-3903. All right, so for this summer series, we're going to talk about our presentation of learning. If you haven't had a chance to check out our other summer series that I did regarding our year one implementation, definitely check that one out. There's a lot more detail in that one regarding just some of the things that we dealt with and implemented during year one. But the next thing I want to talk about specifically is what we do with our presentation of learning. So the next part here on this next slide or video, however you're viewing this, is going to speak to our presentation of learning here on NeoCity Academy and how we implement that within the digital portfolio. Hello again. So presentation of learning at NeoCity Academy. If you have not had a chance to check out the summer series that I did on our year one implementation, definitely check that out. It talks a little bit more about just the way that we use our school culture to implement our digital portfolio. And one of the things that I briefly mentioned in that video is our presentation of learning, and it's something that we do here at NeoCity Academy. So to kind of tell you what that means here is for our freshmen through juniors, at the end of the school year, they all engage in something called presentation of learning. And what this is it's a time where students have to stand up and deliver about 5 things that they have learned about for that school year. It can be any 5 things that they choose. It can be content specific. It can be more about a reflection of how they've grown as a student. We do not really stand in their way when it comes to this. We kind of just let them naturally talk about what they felt was the most important things to them on campus. So when we talk about the implementation of our digital portfolio and building it around like the school culture, one of the other expectations is that just every student does their presentation of learning. They stand up, they deliver, they get a chance to talk about what was the most important things to them, and they get a chance to practice their presentation skills. When they do their presentation of learning, they're required to invite at least one faculty member, one family member, and then a member of the community. We let them decide who that is, and then the students sign up and they book a room on our campus, and then they have to present, and it's usually a 5 to 10 minute presentation on whatever it is that they choose to talk about that was meaningful to them. And so the tie-in with the digital portfolio and Bulb is that we use our digital portfolios for the students as a way for them to present their presentation of learning. And if you're not familiar with like the presentation part of the Bulb digital portfolio, I would encourage you to kind of research that a little bit more because it makes it look really nice and very clean when they're presenting it on like a smart board. So if you look at the 3 screenshots that I have down below, These are just 3 of our students who did their presentations of learning this year, and you can see from the screenshots they're all talking about the things that they've learned on campus here this year, and they're using their digital portfolio as a way to showcase and highlight those things. So really, we do not add this. This is nothing that's for a grade, so none of the digital portfolio is for a grade. The presentation of learning is not a grade. It's really just a part of the culture of the school. It's an expectation. Students are expected to maintain a digital portfolio. Those digital portfolios are expected to be used in their presentation of learning. Students are expected to do their presentation of learning. They're expected to invite the people they're supposed to invite. It's what you do if you're a student here at NeoCity Academy. So really, we do a lot of work really on just trying to intrinsically build the motivation to why students are doing what they're doing here, and we don't ask them to do anything that does not have any meaning. So really, this whole process, it motivates them even throughout the school year, because they know what's coming, to collect work that's important to them. As they're going through their classes and they're doing projects, they update their portfolios, or they make notes so they can come back and put those into their portfolios. Obviously, we have students who still are new to the portfolio process, so this is why we do a presentation of learning for year 1, 2, and 3, so that each year they have an opportunity to kind of refine their skills as presenters, but also refine their abilities in terms of building a nice, aesthetically pleasing digital portfolio that eventually can be used in addition to what they're doing presentation of learning, but for their college admissions as well. So if you have any specific questions about our presentation of learning, definitely feel free to reach out to me at justin.seabolt@osceolaschools.net. I will also say that the one thing, as we go into year 2, because we've only been doing digital portfolios with Bulb for 1 year now at this point, is we're going to start incorporating our digital portfolios as well within our AP capstone projects and things that students are doing there. Don't have answers for what that looks like yet, but I know that from using Bulb to tie in with like our presentation of learning and some of the other things that we do here on campus, it's really been a nice, easy transition. The connection between all the different pieces, it doesn't feel like things are isolated. It doesn't feel like Bulb is just this other random thing that kids have to do that we never look at or never touch. It ties directly in to everything that we do. It ties into like what the kids are doing with presentation and learning. It ties into what they're doing in class. It ties into their college admissions. So yeah, like I said, you have any questions, definitely feel to reach out to me at any time. I thank you very much for listening.